Today we're going to draft our essay analyzing the strategies an author uses to develop a theme about otherness. We've been practicing these skills throughout the unit. Before we begin writing, we'll go over how to organize a literary analysis essay. You will know you are successful at meeting this learning target by looking at the success criteria. Throughout the lesson, assess yourself and determine if you can make claims and support them with evidence and reasoning, organize ideas effectively, and write for a specific audience and purpose. Now you're going to review the structure of a good literary analysis essay to prepare you to begin writing. You might want to take notes as I go over each part of the organization guide. The introduction to an essay should begin with an interesting opening sentence that hooks the reader's attention. It should be general, but related to the poem and topic you are going to present in your thesis. The middle part of your introduction needs to provide background information so that your reader understands where your thesis is coming from. This can include a brief summary from the poem as well as some general background on the idea of otherness. For example, if you're going to be writing about the conflict between a person and society, to develop your theme, you'll want to introduce those characters briefly in the introduction. Last, you include your thesis, so your introduction moves from general to specific. Remember to include the title of the text you are analyzing and the author's name. The body of your essay will need to be written with multiple paragraphs to prove your thesis. Each paragraph should prove a piece of the thesis. There is no set number of body paragraphs for this essay, but most of you will write between 2 and 4. Remember that your topic sentence is the main point of your paragraph. It should relate directly to your thesis. Next, you'll provide evidence and analysis to help you prove your topic sentence. Make sure to provide a short amount of paraphrase and after your quote, and a little bit of a summary to lead into your quote, but remember that this paragraph is mostly evidence and analysis, not mostly summarizing and paraphrasing. A good rule of thumb is to provide 2 pieces of evidence per body paragraph. Finally, write a concluding sentence that wraps up the paragraph and transitions to the next paragraph. Everything should relate directly to your thesis. If it doesn't relate, it doesn't belong in your essay, or you need to revise your thesis. Your conclusion wraps up your essay. It's basically the opposite of your introduction, and it goes from specific to general information. You do not add new information into the conclusion. You wrap up your points and make sure that they will leave the reader thinking about why this poem is relevant to readers today. You will write the first draft of your essay today. You will have 35 minutes to plan and write. I suggest you spend the first 10 minutes making sure you have a solid plan so that the drafting is easier and more organized. Make sure to refer to the prompt and rubric and your class materials. I included an example essay analyzing a Shakespeare poem from Romeo and Juliet. Your essay doesn't need to be as long as this example essay. You'll start by writing your thesis statement, and just type your essay into a new Google Doc. When you're done with your essay, give yourself a plus, a check, or minus for each of the rubric criteria to assess how you did on your first attempt. Where are you now, and where do you think you need to build more skill?